Oh, another beautiful day in Stratus. I came down to check my mail, and I decided that since Cirrus is sick, maybe I'd check hers and deliver it to her door. What I didn't expect was to find a letter from Karma in that mailbox. Now, if you don't know, Lady Karma is like the mad scientist of the Nether. Apparently, she really knows her stuff when it comes to medical things. And this letter is basically her asking for Cirrus to come get work done. And honestly, if somebody was going to do it, that's who I'd want. I'm hoping that she'll want to go, because working with the Nether is such a better option than dying. So I took it to her. Well, I tried to take it to her. She's been sleeping a lot lately. The potions that Moore had sent over have really been knocking her out. But, you know, rest is good. So I showed up at her house, letter in hand, and I knocked. And wind chimes, they're just such a fun thing to play with. So, if you haven't played with them, try it. Because I sat here and bapped these little wind chimes around for quite a long time. But I'll deny it if you call me out on it. When I say a long time, I meant like a really long time. They're just so fun. Even just to watch them. But like, you give them a good slap, it's even more fun. But then I considered that might wake her up, and this letter's important, but maybe not that important. So I decided to leave, and I'd come back later. And come back later I did. Smack those wind chimes around again. Gotta give them one good whap. Knock, knock. Oh.
Hello.
Hi.
I
was checking my mail, and I figured I would maybe check yours too, since I know you haven't been feeling super well. And I found a book in there for you.
A book for me?
I think you might want to look at.
Okay, you can come in if you want.
That feels like a crime, but I'll allow it.
Dear Advisor Cirrus, I have been instructed to assist in your health. I require you in my lab to do so. Let's speak soon. Lady Karma, Harder Aelin. Isn't her lab in the Nether, though?
Yeah.
So
Says she just wants soon, so I don't know what that means.
I don't know either.
Talk soon could mean 100 different things. Look into, I suppose.
Yeah. I guess in other news, Rain stepped down.
What? Oh,
Yeah.
makes sense, I guess.
I guess
Something.
Estelle is gonna be taking the crown.
That would explain why I haven't seen Rain around. Oh. I thought it had been a while since I'd seen Rain around. Didn't know it was quite like that.
And Umako is pregnant with Nimbus's kids.
Jesus. Oh,
And
that's not a great sign.
I guess Rain is also pregnant.
Oh. Oh. It's just Fertile Myrtle season.
I guess so.
There's a lot of things going on around here that nobody's talking about. Sheesh. A lot.
As far as my health goes, I need to do what I need to do to be there for them, I guess.
Not the best reason, but I like the answer.
Right. How are you handling the Nimbus?
Since its cell went boom.
I don't know. I feel untethered, I guess. Like, there's just part of me missing.
You know, that's actually kind of a valid answer. Might have been a stupid question. Oh well, it's out there now.
They do say that there's that twin.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm trying not to lose my mind, but I feel... I don't know. Shaky.
Yeah. That's understandable, I think. I think you're probably honestly in a better spot than a lot of people would be.
Well, and I keep trying to remind myself that, you know, he was raised knowing the laws and the consequences of the laws, and this is kind of just the path of choices that he made, but I'm not sure who I am without someone to protect. I was raised all my life knowing that I'd protect Rain as the princess, and I was raised side by side with Nimbus, and now I just kind of feel like I have no purpose.
Ouch. That's a pretty heavy thought.
Well, that's kind of a sad thing to think about.
Yeah.
Just have to find you a new purpose.
Yeah.
I don't even care what this new purpose is, as long as it keeps her alive.
So we have a purpose that's more centered around you and not everybody else around you.
Yeah. I mean, he left me this letter that said that he hopes I find a way to live life for myself. And I think, aside from trying to be there for everybody's children, that maybe it's time to do that.
I think it probably is.
So we sat and talked for a little while and waited for the rain to pass, because the last thing we wanted to do was invite the Nether people to come meet with us while it was raining. Be kind of rude, I think.
I'm not good at formal meetings by myself.
No, that's totally fair. Oh, I have a thing to give you before we embark on a potentially sketchy endeavor.
You finally made a telepass.
That is the only one in
Aw.
existence. But I don't know what we're getting involved in, so
That's fair.
I figured as a safety precaution, you should probably have that.
That's fair. Do you want to go down to the Waystone?
Sure.
Once she's gone, I've got to run back to my house, because earlier today, I made the decision that the next time I get the chance to leave, especially if she was coming with me, that I wasn't coming back. And so I needed to make it look believable that I'd gone to the Nether on my own and set up a trap for anybody that might follow me. This place has been trapped a long time, I just had never armed it until today. Hopefully, seeing that portal lit, people finding out that I'm in the Nether, anybody with bad intentions is going to try to follow me through that portal. And they're going to get quite the surprise. So I cleared out all my cupboards, took all the important stuff with me, and then I decided to make this house look like my parents' house. And that requires filling the kitchen with bales of hay and torching the place. That way, if anybody from Stratus comes looking, they'll see a burnt down house. If they don't know I'm in the Nether, they won't know where I'm at. And hopefully they'll assume I'm in the rubble somewhere. Gave my house one final sweep. Make sure I didn't leave anything super important. Once the fire got too bad, I had no choice but to leave. And that was going to be good enough for me. From outside, I could see that the roof was catching on fire. And so I was pretty convinced the fire wasn't going to put itself out. Now I just got to make it over to the waystone before Cirrus realized I was gone too long.
Okay, we're to meet them at Elven.
Alright. To Elven we go.
Hello.
Oh. She's not wearing that dingy knight armor.
How are you both?
And judging by all the scarring and the
I
hand,
think,
I'm a little sickly.
yeah, under certain circumstances, I think as good as can be.
I think I'm starting to get an idea of what Moore has been through. Based off all the stories I've heard and now what I've seen.
I expected nothing less of you to come. I just need to brief you both.
Okay.
I am going to give you my personal telepass. I require it back once I bring you back to the overworld. But obviously that is something that we will figure out as your treatment goes on. You might need to stay in the Nether. I'm not quite sure yet. It's up to Karma and kind of how, not permanently, I just mean by way of during your treatment, she might request you to stay.
Okay.
So we will decide kind of what is to come of that, but I will obviously require these telepasses back once they're not being used.
Okay.
I'm going to take you to the only portal that is active. I ask that you do not grab the waystones that are there, and you simply use the telepasses to go to and from me and the planes.
That's understandable.
We will walk to Karma's lab. She will meet us and she will be meeting us by the portal. And then we will go to her lab and we will try and figure out something.
Okay.
Right. There you go. And there you go.
This feels like a strange amount of access to have in my hand.
Wait a few seconds and then come to me.
Okay.
Oh god, we're really going. This ought to be interesting.
Ready,
Oh.
go?
You're more than welcome to enter. I am giving you permission. Karma will be waiting on the other side. However, if you would like me to go first, I understand. But I would feel more comfortable if you went first.
That's
I can
completely
do
fair.
test any.
Oh, it makes noises.
Someone's going through this portal to die. It's gonna be me. No death. Just Karma.
going to go to the keep, and then you can come to me.
Okay.
Right.
You all know Karma, obviously.
Yes.
Yes.
Beans?
Behind you is the keep.
Oh, wow.
If you would like a brief look, I don't mind showing. We have our town close by, as well as Karma's lab.
Okay.
But this is the front of it, and back there we have a hall/ballroom area with some offices and libraries and quarters and that, and otherwise, this is our courtyard.
This place is massive and beautiful.
Thank you.
Of course.
This section of the keep has stood for a long time, whereas the new addition has been recently added by everyone here within the Nether as a group effort, led by Lillian. She has a beautiful eye for design. We have our botanical garden that way. Those are all the overworld plants that have been gifted to us or that we have held on to for centuries. And this is the ballroom.
Place is massive. It looks so good. And it's warm.
Okay.
We don't host many balls, so if someone is to see it other than us, I don't mind it being you two.
Oh, it's absolutely gorgeous.
Thank you.
Yeah.
This, again, by Lillian's design. We just did it.
She knows what she's doing.
Yeah, I'm in awe. That chandelier is wow.
It is made out of syncenicite, which is a Nether exclusive resource. It works similar to iron.
Oh, is that what the gold?
That is what this. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Typically, a lot of our gold accenting is syncenicite, just because it provides more. It's more malleable of a mineral to make things, where gold isn't as malleable.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah.
It's prettier than gold, anyways.
It is. I like the
the
color
design on
better
it.
than gold.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's a less harsh yellow.
Yeah.
Well, we will take a walk to Karma's lab.
Okay.
I don't know if Karma wants to lead the way.
Are you saying you don't know the way to my lab?
No, I know the way, but I don't know if you want to give any, fun facts or anything like that.
I wasn't aware I was being tour guide.
It's my first field trip.
Oh, field trip. No, I think we're all sufficiently a little nervous, so no pressure. It's gonna be fine.
Well, we do have signs everywhere, so if you happen to get lost.
Oh,
It's not as terrible as it seems.
oh, okay. I'm not nervous.
With the blight, there's less undead.
Uh-oh.
I don't know what she's talking about.
And
This
we've
place
obviously
isn't terrible
encased
at all.
So it protects us from any flying creatures as well.
Well, prior to the blight, they still liked to make their ways into the pathways.
They do, but at least for us, they were harmless.
Yeah, not for Annabelle. This is my home.
It looks like it's snowing.
It does not take
I know.
no, so I would not recommend trying it.
Oh, that's fair.
No.
It's very,
I can confirm that's not snow. It's ash.
They book real quick. But since the goal is to, do you know, I assume you know what your illness is
We're working off of the assumption that it's a seraph illness called Ashen Wing Syndrome.
Okay, let me take you in here.
Is it Ashen or Ash and?
Ashen.
Okay.
The main, I guess, affliction that accompanies that is at some point in time the body experienced trauma or a toxin and it starts to kill itself from the inside out, much like a very slow, prolonged flu that begins to shut down the organs.
So it's a matter of trying to identify what that toxin may be and neutralizing it, I assume.
I think so, but I have assumptions, but nothing set in stone.
That is very fair. My main concern, I'm definitely not very educated on Sarah-specific illnesses. I primarily specialize in the Therian. So if I ever say anything incorrect for your species, feel free to stop me.
Of course. I just appreciate your time in general.
I can definitely try my best for you. Have you... I take it you've potentially tried different health type potions.
Yes.
Have you taken that type of medication?
I did receive medications earlier on. I also was being treated by Bryn very briefly, and the medications work for symptoms, mostly by way of just putting me to sleep for long periods of time. I kind of figured that was just to give my body a chance to mend whatever it could mend on the inside without causing more trauma from waking.
I know with Bryn's expertise, if there's something actively blocking that, it doesn't serve to its fullest potential. So I take it he just wasn't able to identify or remove the toxin that is corroding.
Yeah, no, everything that I've taken thus far has only worked on symptoms. There's not been a lot in the way of helping with toxins.
Offhand, my first thought is some type of antidote, but it's hard to do if I don't know the components. How, if you have this knowledge on the illness, if I were to flush out the toxin from your system, do you think that your internal organs would be able to recover, or do you think that they are damaged to it to an extent that wouldn't be mendable?
After 5 years, I imagine they're toast.
So I understandably can't necessarily see the extent, but since Nimbus's passing, I fear that if there's not many, there's at least my heart that is past repairable. I also, as far as, I don't know if it's an appendage, it's not really an organ. My wings are completely gone. I'm not positive that they will ever come back.
That is a thing I've been worried about. Great.
I am sorry about the loss of your wing.
I could not imagine. I'm sorry as well.
You know, without putting more stress on those around me, I do what I'm capable of, and you know, I don't want to be anybody's main concern, or at least I didn't up until now, and so.
Well, my personal view is that everyone should value their own life, in that you shouldn't be worried about causing people concerned if it's to do with you being able to function.
I'm learning that.
When you started seeing your symptoms start up, how soon did you start getting treatment, or was it left untreated for an extended period of time?
So we originally thought it was just feather flu, which kind of comes and goes like a cold. And that was 5 years ago. And I haven't started receiving treatment until the Halloween festival that Winter put on. So an extended period of time for sure.
And I can definitely see why your organs would not be in the best shape if they weren't given ample time to receive aid for them. I don't know if I have any antidotes just on hand.
Karma, additionally, I've been giving healing potions to help with pain.
Yes.
If at the very least, those have been working.
Much the same as what I had received from Bryn. They help get me to a place where I'm able to sleep, and that sleep just goes on for such prolonged periods of time, like 6, 7, 8 days in a row, just blackout. But I'm not in pain, so
Guess that's what's important.
I would assume they're helping.
Because if you were and awake, it would make it difficult for your body to heal and function properly.
It's starting to make me nervous. Ugh. Doesn't sound great.
For the Ashen Wing Syndrome, I forget, you said it was caused by some type of trauma to it.
Right.
Are you able to tell me what you think may have caused it so I can see if I can reverse some type of elixir for you?
So my assumption is this started around the same time we started seeing like the lore keeper and the sacrifices made there, and we lost our advisor, and I was made advisor, and my princess started relying on me quite a bit, and my brother started acting differently, and I'm working under the assumption that it's either the power that the lore keeper holds just affected whatever ethereal seraph soul I have, or the stress from everything and trying to be the glue that holds the seraph kingdom together has just increasingly made it worse.
Stratus didn't help. It also made it worse.
You think
Great.
both those could definitely be possibilities.
I don't believe that the lore keeper deals in souls necessarily, but I know that they've meddled quite a bit. Do you think it's some sort of prolonged growing trauma to maybe your mind then, with the stress and
It's possible.
that?
It's definitely possible. I know that, for lack of a better word, like a mental illness can become a physical illness when not addressed and treated properly. So it's incredibly possible.
And that's where I was kind of thinking of it being that stress induced. And because you said you consider your kind of holding the glue of the kingdom, that is a significant amount of stress to put onto somebody without breaks, especially if you do have illness symptoms, even if it was of a different flu.
Right.
You continued taking on work and didn't get your break time. Has there been, so you haven't felt any type of improvement since you've started addressing your symptoms? It's just been the symptoms have toned down, but it's the illness seen.
So I'm not exhausted, I'm not dizzy anymore, but following Nimbus's death, there's a feeling of being kind of untethered, like there's something broken or loose inside of me, and it feels as though like no amount of sleep has helped that. And I don't think that it's necessarily related, but I think that it's making it worse, if that makes sense.
Because being in a good state of mind does tend to benefit the healing process, rather than if, I assume you definitely have been going through a lot of grief, and that can definitely hinder the body's healing, coping ways. I'm concerned that if it is stress induced and it's to the point, or it is, the reason of it is being all the stress and it's gotten to the point of damaging your body, and even with having your symptoms addressed, your body itself still isn't improving necessarily or being able to mend the damage that was done. I fear it may continue to progressing, even if you did go on to an extended vacation of sorts where nothing around you could stress you out.
Right.
Is there anything that you have that you could try today? Anything that you have worked on?
If you want me to be completely frank, given I don't exactly know this illness, I probably would also just offer different elixirs I have on hand, but they would likely only address symptoms, not the cause. And assuming that we can just eliminate the things that are stressing you out in a more relaxed mind, if your body heals, your body's current state doesn't seem like it's going to heal.
Yeah.
Especially, and it's your organs. Those aren't exactly the easiest to mend, to put bluntly.
I think Moore's getting as nervous as
Right.
I am. She's looked over here a couple times, like she's not sure what I'm gonna do if this goes wrong. But nothing. She doesn't understand how
I
much of a
don't.
debt we're in to her for even trying this hard.
See.
She
I'm
didn't have
trying
to.
compose.
She has us in the nether in front of Karma.
Because if I compare this to
That's-
Netherian circumstances,
As much as I could ever ask for.
as many people are aware, we have an immunity to poisons, to most toxins. It's not something that greatly affects us. So organs, for example, wouldn't necessarily reach this state. So my thought process as an Etherian is normally we body temperature to the point where it can burn off that toxin so that you're causing its harm, and so that our body can mend itself. But as a seraph, you don't have that immunity that you would need
Yeah. I mean,
to reach those temperatures.
I've had like a slight fever, but I would assume it is nothing compared to how hot your bodies naturally run.
Hitting on your doctor feels like a weird flex, but cope with humor.
From my understanding, the only time that we get sick is if it's something that's like more infection related versus trauma, and usually we can recover from it, or I know within our realm we can try and find a nullifying agent, right?
Yeah, it's whenever we have things afflict us, it normally comes from our same realm. And as it comes from here, normally the antidote also lays here.
Right.
So it's a balance.
Ooh.
Starting to hear some uncertainty in her voice.
Do you have any of that soup that Dan used to make? If not, I can go and check his place.
I suppose I do, but it's... How long has it been since Dan made a fresh bowl of soup?
Well,
I'm sure
he has
we...
the recipe somewhere.
I'm sure that we could eat it because we're not going to get food poisoning from it. But unless you're just craving food at the moment.
No, I was thinking like that is like one of our like designated foods that like we have access to. You know, it's a food from our realm. Like maybe if she tries eating it, it would help. I was gonna make a fresh batch.
Oh. I have you. Like, you're more than welcome to eat a bowl.
Yeah, sure. Okay, I'll go grab some. Another one. Give me a second.
Oh wait, we have some.
Oh. Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. And then...
Cirrus looks like she's getting a little antsy too. She's probably really nervous.
She had me mildly concerned for a second.
Here you go.
Like I was like, if you feed her 5-year-old soup.
Oh, I'm not hungry.
Oh
Why'd I do that?
no.
Felt like a weird response. Maybe I'm nervous too.
Try that again.
Oh.
Okay.
No.
Do it again, I guess.
I'm not sure this aids in the healing process. It feels like the reverse.
It was worth a shot. Usually when I had my wings, I would exhaust my hunger a little bit more, but I don't struggle with that as much now. As soon as I'm hungry, I'll try it.
Do you have any mechanical wings? I don't have any. Where's Zakaria when you need him?
I have definitely probably, I think so. I think I have a pair made for Dahlia for when she's older.
Oh, I don't want to use her wings. That would make me feel bad. What if I break them?
She actually has no interest in wings. I'm not sure if she's ever gonna actually want them. She is
Oh.
scared of heights.
If we
That's
just
so
use
fair.
them to maybe
I
maybe
may
it gives you
have
the same
planned for this.
effect, so you're still
But I
exhausting
don't know if I should say
yourself with
something.
We could try it.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
I should have said something.
it? Did you have something in your enter chest?
Maybe. I was afraid that this would lead to no wings, and so I may have prepared beforehand, but
You made me wings?
maybe.
No, I absolutely did. Yeah.
That's so sweet.
Yeah. I felt like your wings were kind of a big part of being a seraph person, so like to not have them is kind of don't know, disheartening. So, I made some.
Thank you.
Oh god, she sounds sad. I made her feel bad. Shit.
Hopefully whatever treatments we can give you will bring back your natural ones, but if not,
Yeah.
then there's a backup plan.
If she cries, I'm gonna feel so bad.
I'm gonna be real honest. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Oh, no, I was just gonna say the muscle structure would still be there, right? You just lost your.
I hope so. Yeah. I was gonna say this whole thing has been disheartening, so that's a more important thought than my thought.
No. Why do you say that?
It's just hard to feel like I've spent all my life in a kingdom filled with people that have known me better than anyone, and somebody that's been here for less than a year has been one of the only people to think about things like that.
Some people have clearer eyes than others.
Yeah.
Part of me feels like her trying to fly around in little kid wings when she hasn't flown in like the longest time is kind of sketch.
Okay.
Those are fancy.
I like that color on you.
Well, that's not what I wanted.
Please don't die.
I don't even remember how wings work. There we go.
Oh,
Okay, give me a second. I'll be back. I'm just going to the hallway.
Don't die.
I'm not dying.
Maybe try using the stairs. Glide down.
Forgets how wings work, accidentally crashes into lava. It'd be a terrible story to tell.
Give me my suit back.
luckily there isn't not much exposed lava in my home. I have a 4-year-old elven child that runs around, so I have to be mindful of it.
Oh.
I can't say the same about mine.
I can't eat this anyways, because seraphs are vegetarian.
Interesting.
It grows in the ground as a plant.
It wouldn't let me.
Interesting.
Oh.
Well, it was worth a shot.
If we're thinking of giving you Netherian substances, you're more than welcome to shoot me down on this. I am going to spitball an idea, and it's a rather extreme one, to put it simply. But I'm sure you're more than aware of our advisor Fang. He is a seraph, and then he's now has Netherian traits rather than seraph traits.
Right.
And in that process of it, he was very much wounded at the start of it, and through the transformation, and because as the body gets to the height Netherians are, which is comparable to lava, it would, to an extent, mend, cauterize your wounds in a way. So your organs, for example, liver, heart, of that nature, it could very well offer to them.
Or kill her?
And bend
But
it in its own
I guess
way.
she could die
But
today
like
or
I said, that is a
any time in the next
extreme
week or year.
Procedure that we did on Fang.
Guess we gotta take risks at this point.
if, like I said, it's an extreme suggestion, but if you've already been treated with Bryn's ability with an extensive amount of health potions, regeneration elixirs, and they aren't capable of mending your organs, then I'm not sure what would be, in a traditional sense, be able to help them rather than allow them to continue to progress. Because if we do continue giving you stuff to symptoms, on the possible bright side of it is you wouldn't get worse, but I suspect you would continue to have long bouts of sleep and you wouldn't get better. It would more so be a stasis of your current condition.
Right.
And if you ever fall behind on treating your symptoms, it would just continue to worsen, and then you would be on a stasis on that worsened level again.
Hearing stuff like that, we've got to take a risk.
If you are potentially made an Etherian, given the way previously done to Fang, it should be able to mend your organs. If there is a toxin present that was induced from stress that is currently plaguing your body and isn't able to be cleansed out, I suspect an Etherian should be able to push that out because we are not plagued by that.
Right.
So, can you pull back on it? Can you do enough that it helps treat it but not fully convert? Is that something that you could do and then...
Actually, a great question.
It
heal rather than change?
The thing is, how I know what I did to Fang, it was a last resort. It was a last resort. Fang would not have survived had it not gone through. I artificially increased his body temperature, and I continued to increase that temperature while constantly infusing him with fire-resistant elixirs and health elixirs to out. I do suspect it was a painful process. He was unconscious through the entire ordeal. But I don't know if it's something...
Gold and blackstone as well.
Mm-hmm.
But that was more if he had superficial wounds that needed to be filled.
Yes. I wouldn't say that if I started doing it, it's something that we could necessarily pull back from, because if we do it in order to rid your body of the toxin in hopes that it no longer harms your organs, we would need to get you to that high enough temperature, and once you get to that point, it likely you might stay at that temperature, because that's how it happened to Fang, was he stayed at that temperature even if it was due to me. I didn't want to just rapid fire increase his body temperature. It was more so a hours long process, because his condition was so bad. In your case, if we were to do something, we could probably, I have more than enough materials on hand to do it quicker without harm to you. It's a long journal, but I do have the journal that I kept whenever I was watching over things. But if we do make you an Etherian, your organs, to an extent, would have an overhaul to them, because all of them would need to adjust to the standards of an Etherian body. And so if they do that, that could be a solution to mending them, since traditional potions and methods aren't working.
Okay.
Sounds like an all or nothing situation.
I'm interested in whatever it would take to keep me around. There's obviously situations in my life that require me to continue to be here for them.
Exactly.
What? Why are you guys okay with helping me, though? What's the motivation in that? And I'm not trying to sound ungrateful at all. I just, like, my own kingdom didn't even reach out their hand in this way, and it feels like this is such a, like, you're saying that you're willing to make me part of your species, and we barely even know each other.
Because they're not assholes like they've been played out to be.
I, for one, when I have the knowledge I need to help somebody or potentially help them, I do like to try to do so.
Right.
I don't want to stand by knowing there's something I could have done that I didn't.
Okay.
Despite what our kind have been at heads for a long time, but they were at one point neutral with each other. And I can't help feel in protecting my sister, I have made this strife worse. I can't speak for Karma, but I have an interesting relationship with the concept of death.
That's understandable.
I think there's a balance. I do believe that when it is your time to go, it is your time to go. However, despite what people may think, our hearts aren't made of stone. If anything, they are the opposite. They are full of fire, and fire is, although chaotic, it is life.
Well, I can't. I don't think I'll ever be able to tell you how much I appreciate even just reaching out to me. So.
Of course. To give some insider knowledge, I guess you could say, despite what people may know, the Nether isn't actually run in a dictatorship fashion. It is run on trade and barter. We don't work in money here. We help each other. We provide for each other. No citizen is less equal to any of the royals. There are rules to respect royals' privacies and things, but we are very open with a lot of the communication and the sharing of what goes on here. And I can't say that when someone of our blood comes and requests
Oh God, she's looking at me.
of helping, that I can't not help. Your brother also went against the crown to ask for my help. After I already was, but
He means well, I think.
he does. He was too prideful to directly ask, but I got what he was saying in the end.
Damn, Nimbus prideful? Would have never see that one coming.
There are... If this is the only way to protect you and help you find a different fate, a different end fate, then I don't mind assisting or helping. There is a bigger... Not to be political or anything, but there is a bigger political weight of this as well.
It's understandable.
I can't speak for the Serifs, but I don't know how kindly they would take to you being now Netherian. And I don't want to spy. I don't want to have to worry about either of you double agenting. If you are to be Netherian, I would extend a hand of trust, and I hope that you would extend a hand of loyalty.
Well, shit, I'm in.
Of course. And this might not be my place at all. The only thing that I ask is my brother's children and Rain be kept safe as much as possible.
I can only promise her safety if there is her compliance.
That's fair.
As for your brother's children, I didn't know they existed, but I have no reason to harm them.
That's one of the main driving factors in finally taking some more extreme measures in wanting to keep myself alive, is that there's now responsibilities by way of smaller creatures that I would hate to leave in my wake. So I'm willing to do whatever it takes to ensure that I even get to see them again, and I'm not just asleep or one day not here at all.
I don't think she knows how much I need her to be here.
Well, if you're decided that you do want to go this, is it something you want to pursue today?
I mean,
I should have what I need on hand.
I don't see why not. I mean, I don't have any other pressing matters, especially if it would just make me more sick, and if you have the time to dedicate to it.
Mm-hmm. I do want to make it abundantly clear that it is going to hurt.
I understand.
I don't think she realizes I've noticed. She keeps looking over here. I promise, everybody in this room is perfectly safe if this doesn't work. It's science, it's not gonna happen perfect every time.
And what of
Continue.
you?
Oh. Well,
What of me?
Should we go through with this, and should this work, where do you stand? Should it not work, what will you do?
I have enough faith that it's going to work that I haven't thought about what I would do if it didn't. But I think if it's something that's gonna keep her alive, it's worth taking a shot on. And giving her the best opportunity to keep living.
she actually asked about it. Props.
Okay.
And after? Did it all work out?
I don't know. I set my house on fire before I came here.
Oh.
Why?
I don't really intend on going back to Cirrus at least.
We picked up a stray.
Stop.
I am not a stray.
Karma.
Why did you?
I thought I used my inside voice.
Why did you set your house on fire?
Because I don't plan to go back. I don't know where I'll go, but it won't be back there.
I mean, I guess that's fair. I had every intention
There's
of
not
living outside of Stratus as well, so...
There's not anything left there to go back to.
Well, as someone of half-blood, should you need sanctuary, we can discuss options.
Don't just go around setting your house on fire. That's crazy.
Well, I wanted it to look believable if I didn't ever show back up.
Did you plan to
Maybe, like, oh,
die?
something bad happened. His house is on fire. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm willing to.
Start with, just to kind of help your body cope with it, there is a fire-resistant potion.
Okay.
And I will continue giving those to you. So I'll go ahead and give you more now.
Okay.
There's a second one. So you're gonna start with those, and then after you have one of those, I have elixirs infused with magma. So that is going to immediately start to heat up your internal body.
Okay.
And those would target inside your body. We're also going to need to work on heating up your external body so that it isn't out of proportion. My best way, it's relaxing for us, for you, not so much. We do have a lava bath. But that I want to ensure that you do take those resistant potions, and I can probably give you some pain relievers too. I don't think they're going to hold too much once it entirely sets in, but it might act as a buffer.
Okay.
You go here.
Oh,
if you want to follow.
Oh.
This is the lava pool. The one exposed lava pool in the house.
Oh, this room is cool. I
Okay.
don't want to touch it.
I would just, since you
This is where
have
she would have
that.
Bottoms up, I guess.
I'm gonna touch it.
Be very careful, you do not have resistance.
Silly lady.
I'm gonna
I
take
do
this
have
pain
resistance.
reliever first.
Be a shame if I just
Karma, do you have resistance?
Oh.
Resistant potions?
gonna do it. Ah!
Oh, get out! No, get out, get out, get out, get out. Oh,
It's hot.
Not even
It's-
hot.
Take that totem in case as well.
drink the
Okay.
potion.
I'm more fireproof than you think
I-
I am.
I understand.
I feel like my
but
whole chest is
Please.
on fire.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
It's kind of heartburn.
Yeah.
That's putting it minorly, most likely.
Kind of feels like my insides are melting a little bit.
Did you
It's
take the magma
likely-
one
Yeah.
and the fire. Okay.
Yeah. This is the second magma one. I'm nervous. I can't see.
Oh no. Think she's panicking.
Am I supposed to get in there?
Yes, when you feel ready.
Okay.
Oh jeez. Just jumped right in there.
It's so hot.
Well,
You
she's
can
not
stand
dying.
it.
This is the last elixir.
warm. Very, very, very warm. Okay. Your body, should it work, regulate itself.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna reach the temperature and it's going to forcibly adjust to it.
I kind of feel like I'm maybe starting to go to sleep.
I don't know if
Yeah,
that's
right
supposed to be happening.
Okay.
No. See, and everybody wants to try to play more out to be an asshole.
You got it.
There she is, in a pool of lava, holding on to a Stratus advisor. Wouldn't believe it if I hadn't seen it with my own 2 eyes.
Push on in a cooler day.
Sorry.
The ends going bad.
Is it too hot? Are you
I have
cooling
a-
off at all?
Uh,
Oh no. Oh, great.
I'm just dizzy a little bit. I kind of feels like a panic attack. Like my chest
I think
hurts.
that's I'm no doctor, but I would think that is your body, no pun intended, but fight or flighting.
Maybe.
Okay. Lava has always been known to you to be dangerous.
Yeah.
To us, it is not. It is warm and comforting. It embraces you. Brings you life.
Okay.
Wow,
Let that feeling.
there
wash
really
over
is like
you.
a super soft side in there, isn't there?
Okay. Well, the good news is I didn't scream like a little baby.
She's got a point there.
Even if you did, that would have been fine.
I was more so expecting you to.
I was
The
too.
bad news is I think I passed out a little bit. I kind of feel like I'm gonna puke. A little bit.
Well, the lava will burn it, so
Okay.
if you need to, you can.
Also, I'm worried that my Seraph clothes after I get out of this pool might not be here.
Oh,
We'll go fetch you one of my gowns.
Okay.
Is Red okay?
Red is fine. I'm sorry for making light of the situation. I don't think anyone really needs to see that. I don't think I need to see that. It's
hey, it's nothing I haven't seen before. It on bodies, not on you.
Odd thing to
that's
say.
fair. It's beginning to be
I
a little
say
bit
odd
more
stuff.
relaxing. I say odd stuff too. My toes hurt
Well,
a little bit, but everything else is starting to feel better.
that's good.
Yeah.
I do have that gown. Once you get out, I do want to look over to see when you get dressed after.
Okay.
If there are any concerns that we need to treat, because they should
Okay.
I
from
look
like
away.
prior.
You want to step in here just for Atlas's sake?
I'll stay here.
Fine. I'll just keep this corner here.
Do you have any like searing pain, like specifically on certain spots?
My toes are still a little hot, but I wouldn't say it's searing.
Okay, I don't see blistering that would be caused by the heat, so it looks like it did mended itself.
Okay.
So I do
beg
think
your pardon.
you are fine currently. Something to note, because what we have now is we've gotten your body to that temperature, so I do want to regularly be naturally maintaining that temperature, and you don't start decreasing back to what your Seraph body temp was. as long as it doesn't begin decreasing, I think the rest of the Netherian traits would begin to follow suit.
Really is
Okay.
a nice corner. The nether brick and the quartz just really go together.
I guess now we just kind of wait.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
'Cause with your higher temperature, it comes with that natural immunity to poisons because it burns out harmful substances. So as it does that, my theory is that it's also going to burn off the toxins that were stress developed within your body that was harming you. And with you have been encased in lava, I believe that Morrigan should have been hardened to an extent similar to how Netherians naturally are, and that in itself would have strengthened them, so any of your weaknesses should have been improved. If not healed, I think we could definitely get them onto that track.
Okay.
I can't believe this actually worked. Hopefully it
Some other
keeps her
things
alive for a
are
while.
that You, as we were saying, you're immune to poison, so I assume that plays a part as well. In regards to like health-wise, like I don't know if you would continue to get sick. I feel like Karma's explained that. And with the nature of the fire, you are stronger in it.
Okay. So, like you were saying with the lava bath, that I would have like a strength there, like it would be like reparative almost.
Should you be within fire or lava, it empowers us. You would do more damage.
Oh.
I would compare it to like an adrenaline boost. So more energy, you definitely do more damage. It's just overall makes you stronger. So for now, I am going to definitely recommend take lava baths.
Okay.
You're no longer using the. Are you out of the guest room?
Yes.
You are more than welcome if you need to, if you want to. I would prefer you to, but I don't want to force you. To stay in the guest room here, it ample access to a lava bath. It would also let me be able to keep a closer eye on you. Your symptoms don't worsen.
Yeah.
Based on
Okay.
I said based on your treatments, you may need to stay for a short while.
Okay. That's fine.
I just want to make sure the transformation sticks and doesn't start to wane on you, because we do want to ensure that you are healing,
That's understandable.
and you'll just. It's more comforting if I can easily ensure that if something starts to feel off to you, that I am easily available.
Can I come out of this corner yet?
Okay.
Or like, no.
It looks
Will
like
they
these
let me know?
clothes at least sort of made it out.
Or am I just here
If you
forever?
wish to go change, we can show you those quarters.
Yeah. I might be a minute. I'm still feeling like I might pass out again. So,
Let me. Is it pass out from pain or just to an extent?
yeah, I'm not
Atlas, I
sure.
believe you're good
I think it's
to follow.
Here's
mostly
another
just.
pain reliever.
If you want to sit here.
Oh,
Oh, yes.
Oh.
Potions themselves are of a lesser temperature than your body temp. So whenever they do have a bit of a singe when they go down, because it's just cooler on the throat than what your throat is.
They contain water.
oh.
So,
Mhm.
yeah. That's another thing. Be very careful of water.
I came
we'll need
just
to
prepared for this very
enchant your
moment.
armor so that you can go in water for short periods of time, but I suggest avoiding it.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say for now, especially since it's such a new transformation, that you try to ensure avoiding water until it is more cemented into place.
Okay.
I do have spare water protection books we can use. Or her
I believe
gear.
there's some in the Grand Library as well.
Okay.
Toss me your armor, my lady.
Okay.
Lady.
Milady.
Yeah, just
It can
one
only
piece
go on
needs the
one
water.
piece.
Oh,
Yeah, only one piece,
Yeah.
and it cannot go on anything that already has protection on it.
Try to be respectful
So
and
my recommendation
of
is to put it onto the pants.
never
is how
gonna
I
catch
tend-
me
is how I
saying
did
my lady again.
children's.
If it has a protection enchant on it already, you might need to make new ones,
understandable.
which we, with our alliance with the
me
Winters,
a
is something that can be crafted.
What are you
Oh,
what are you doing?
I'm making stuff. Hold on.
Do you need a water prop book?
No, I've got a couple.
You're just
Our water prop for?
I have a question.
prepared?
Why are you just holding
No,
on
you
to that?
don't. What is your question? Rapid fire.
Hey now.
Although that's an Eternium, Anvil, and Hammer, correct?
Yeah.
Those require netherite ingots, correct?
If you make them, yeah.
What is she going on about?
Did you
If I'm half
Still
Netherian, I'm
those.
allowed to have netherite anyway.
No.
Are you lying?
No.
so you either stole them or you had netherite?
I mean, those are two options, but not the only two.
No.
Where
I spent the last I spent
Is
the
it
last
borrowed?
week in the end searching for Ira, and I have stumbled upon some things in my journeys.
why are you looking for Ira?
She's a wanted criminal.
So you
There's a
took it
bounty on her head.
Wait, so you took it
That was a
upon
public
yourself to be the
bounty.
one that like goes after her?
And said in front of her a couple times, and I don't think she's
Yeah.
gotten it yet.
Why?
Mercenary.
Something to do.
That's a weird hobby, but okay.
I might not fully remember how to do this, but so.
I can't remember how to make Eternium stuff. This is bad.
Well, while he does that, do you want
I
me
will
to
move all
show
my
you
stuff so
to
you guys
the
can
guest
doctor.
bedroom?
Sure.
I need time to think.
I'm afraid that I'm gonna have more questions unanswered.
By him?
Yep.
Probably.
I don't want these
No,
torches.
it'll be fine. Yeah, I don't. I've got my whole house in my hands.
Oh no. Pass the torches.
I tell you, astray.
Now that they're gone, I can maybe think straight and remember how to make Eternium pants. And what do you mean I'm a stray? What does that even mean? Like the creepy skeletons in the winter place? Don't think so. Or is it stray like a lost dog? Because, like, also not a dog. I'm losing track of the plot here. I need to make Eternium pants. If I can remember how. I know it takes a lot of steps. I've got this. I'll figure it out. I made my own. I can make her some. Eventually. I can't believe that worked. Like, she looks fine. She acts fine. But, like, how long does it last? Is it a forever thing? Is it gonna fade over time? I feel super unsure about a lot of it. And, like, if she is now a Netherian, like, does she have to stay here? Does she go back to Stratus? What do we do? Maybe they'll let us stay here. If not, there's plenty of overworld places to live. Pants. I need to make pants. I know how to do this. I got too much on my mind. I can't even smith properly because I'm just stressed. What do we do? And like, is she really good? I will say, it was kind of nice to see like a soft side to Morrigan. Like everybody in Stratus always tries to make her sound like she's just like a cold-hearted person. But that's not at all the idea I got from what I've seen here today. And really, just her reaching out in general is a lot. Oh, they brought me a smithing table. How sweet of them.
Is that an Eternium pickaxe?
Yeah.
I like the color on it.
Thanks. I have the sword too.
Ooh. I fancy my scythe more than a sword.
Girl, same.
Me too.
Scythe is more fun anyway.
I use my sword. I prefer to just throw potions and use explosives, but that gets full caught in the collateral crossfire.
True.
Hmm.
Now she should be good to go.
Awesome.
It's unfortunate that it takes away a protection enchant, but she will be safer with it.
Yeah, it balances out, I think. It'd be a shame to have all that protection and then die to the rain.
So rain without proper protection from it can do a significant amount of damage.
Mm-hmm. It's good to have nourishment food on hand as well. Something I can inform her about.
Oh, you know, I brought extra.
I
Wonderful.
have an abundance in the kitchen as well. I know Lillian has made some at the
Oh
castle.
yes. Then the keep is the kitchen and the keep is stocked with food.
Perfect then. She'll be well taken care of, I think.
Out of curiosity, can I have a feather?
Have a feather?
Can I have
His?
No chance she's taking my feathers.
Huh.
Yes.
I haven't seen black feathers.
They are very they are very intriguing.
Well, yeah, I'm special.
Do they come from your Netherian side? Do you know?
I assume so. I guess with the like hierarchy of seraph stuff, that when I became a knight, they should have changed colors.
Oh.
And being how they didn't, I assume something is overpowering that.
She's an interesting one.
I'm just gonna pluck my feathers, man.
I'm not the stray.
I didn't say you were the stray. Neither is
rather
he.
Not interesting.
Here.
A stray as in strayed from home.
So it is like stray dog.
My lady, can I provide him with fire resistance?
Oh,
Yes.
who's saying milady now? Huh. Imagine that.
I have two. I'm really stubborn and won't use them though.
Why do they keep trying to give me fire?
I mean, if you're
Potion
going to be
stuff?
in the nether more often, it might
I'm
be
fireproof.
at least safer
Ish.
to have them on hand just in case.
Keep the two that I have in my
No, take the
inventory,
box.
not my shoulder box. Oh, it's a whole box? Fine. Fine.
Keep the two on you and keep the box safe.
These two are really good at peer pressure.
I can handle that.
He disappeared.
It seems it has
Oh, she went up here.
some physical.
Karma?
Yes, she
Oh,
see physically some of the nether transformation on her.
Yeah, I'd say.
indeed.
She still looks great, though.
You have a white streak in your hair, and your
Our hair matches.
has.
You have cool white hair like I do.
She's gonna look so cool when I give her
What?
these wings.
Yeah. You've got white like my hair.
I don't have anything to show you a reflection.
There's glass up here.
Oh.
God, I hope she doesn't hate it. What if she blames me for bringing her
okay.
here?
I think that shows that the Netherian traits are taking root inside you, which is a good sign.
Does it normally happen this fast?
Well,
This was kind of, well,
it's
It
hard to
was- the
tell with
process was
Fang. Yeah, with Fang, his process was significantly longer, and his body wasn't one that was just mended through the transformation. So I was also actively working on him. So his physical effects may have been overshadowed by the fact that I've worked gilded blackstone into his
Oh.
body to make up for what he was lacking.
he was.
Okay.
You were dying. You were decaying. He was on the ledge,
Fatally
about to fall.
Wounded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe there just wasn't a whole lot left inside for it to. Maybe we just filled me back up. I don't know.
I wouldn't disagree. That you look beautiful though.
Thank you. It might take some getting used to, but I'm alive, and that's what matters, right?
Definitely while you're here, as you can see in the room right there that we went through, that's the kitchen. So I keep the fridge stocked with food. But no, it's what we passed through here.
Oh yes, this.
My bedroom is down that hallway.
Yeah. She built into the side of a mountain, so like it's a lot of like tunnels and caves. I get lost still.
I used to get lost in Stratus, and
bored.
it's completely out in the open with like no obstacles. So it might take me a minute, but I'll get there. It'll be fine.
Well, at least you're not gonna like get trapped in my home. Because there is 2 separate doorways out. So if you start up here and you just go down, you'll find a door. Or if you just start going up, you'll find a doorway. So.
Oh.
Oh. Shall I get her the waystone, at least for here specifically?
Sure.
Or do we? Okay. Follow me. So, yes, this is the waystone to my home. If you were to use a warp stone, you can only access here while being actively in the nether to begin with. So that is something to keep in mind.
They're letting her pick up waystones. I got a
Okay.
feeling we're gonna be here a while.
I don't. Thank you, both of you, for everything.
I want to ask both of your wants going forward. Unfortunately, holding the crown, I do have other and a lot of different things on my mind. As I mentioned, the political aspect of all of this. You being half-blooded and you now being full, you have a place here. But as I explained with our people, we run on a lot of loyalty and trust between each other and between myself.
Of course.
I do not expect either of you to bend any sort of knee.
Holy shit, she's gonna let us stay.
There would be consequences should you go back to Stratus and break that loyalty or trust.
The way that I see it, and this could just be the massive aspect of everything that, you know, I've just gone through, but you didn't have to extend your arms to me. You didn't have to come to me and even mention that you knew that I was dying. You didn't have to offer me help. And you did. And that's not something that I'm willing to just push away or to betray. That's more than a lot of people that I've been close to all my life have even tried. And in my opinion, it's not just loyalty that I owe you. And I think that that's a fair ask from both of us, honestly.
Hell yeah, we're ride or die at this point.
Thank you.
Of course.
As for you?
I feel like I've cut my ties with Stratus, and
By burning your house
I
down?
feel like, yeah, literally burnt the
Sorry.
bridge. And then I feel like I've been trying to do some things to show you that I can be loyal to the Nether.
You have proven yourself greatly. Now, there is still going to be an arm's reach
Of course.
as trust is developed, but there is initial trust from me, at least, that is there. So, I am going to provide you with some information that has occurred, and I guess I can also give you a tour. I believe that there is an empty home down in the town, should you wish to take up residency there, or if you wish to stay here, or build your own home, or whatever you'd like. But you have a home here. With that being said,
Oh,
your home is also in winter.
that
in
means more to me than I think she knows.
There has been a merger that has been signed between the three of our kingdoms, and I hold the crown to them.
Interesting.
Oh,
So, you
Okay.
are Nadirian, but you are also Noxian.
That feels
We have
very fitting.
combined to create
In Latin,
the
doesn't Nox mean dark?
Kingdom of Equinox.
I mean, look at me. I'm dark.
okay.
I hold the title of Queen. There is a council of people for each region, and we plan to make decisions for everyone.
Okay.
Um,
I mean, I love winter. I'm very close with Max, so that's not an issue. I haven't had much experience with Elven, but that's something that can grow with time. But if it's anything like you were saying previously, that you are very open with your people and it's all very much based on loyalty and care and traits like that, I'm fine with that.
Being on the inside, I see that now. They're a very caring group of people.
since the Nether specific Karma here will be the Lady of the Nether, so should you require anything on that stance, outside of your treatment, she is the one that you would go to, and she would come to me. And yeah, that we're kind of here. I have been weighing the options of extending that offer to Rain.
Right.
And there have been some things regarding the mermaids that we're trying to figure out, but as it stands with the Mers, our neutrality pact is still instated, but waning. And we have no alliance or neutrality with the Cirrus. That does not mean that you cannot see them or speak to them. Also, these children that you said that you are in charge of now, I don't wish to have you separate your time between them. So if it's easier for them to be here, then that is something that I can allow. But they ultimately would be considered an Aetherian citizen.
Right. I mean, they will be my, I'm not sure the genders yet. Niblets, my nieces, my nephews, my whatever they might be. So I don't get to necessarily make that ultimate decision. That falls to Umiko, but I appreciate having the door open for me to be able to visit.
I see.
As far as Rain and Stratus goes,
Rain's gone, homies.
I
Estelle's the one to talk to now.
have no idea. She's been hiding things from me for a long time. And I haven't felt as close with her as I used to. So I don't know where she would sit with that.
Understandable. It's all political, and when you're feeling better, we can discuss more, as well as options.
I do feel as, upon taking my new status and loyalties into account, that it is only fair to make you aware that Rain is no longer Princess of Stratus. She has stepped down and passed the crown to Estelle. I have not been around. This happened the other night, and I have slept since then up until today, or when I first got here. I don't know that it's been longer than a day, but I'm not sure what she has done with her ruling thus far. As when I woke up this morning, there wasn't a lot of people around. I kind of snuck out of the kingdom, so.
Huh. Well, if you snuck out, then I would hope that our favor leans in no one following.
Yes, that's.
I do hope we're not blamed for kidnapping.
Oh, if they try to come at you guys for
sure.
kidnapping, I have perfect capabilities of standing on my own 2 feet and saying that is not how that happened. If anybody kidnapped me, it was Atlas.
Yeah, they can blame me for that one.
Trust me, I am aware of your courageousness.
I try. I feel like a very small mouse in a very large cat trap, but I try to stand up for those that I love and those that have treated me with the same respect and kindness, so.
Well, if you'd like, I can give you another quick tour. We've seen the keep, but I can show you the town.
Sure.
Well, if you're feeling up to it, of course. I don't want to.
And surprisingly, after my little nap, I feel better than I've felt in years.
That's good to know.
Yeah. I feel a little nauseous, But I'm.
Mm-hmm.
It could just be that it's pushing everything out, and there's nowhere else for it to go. But
Again, if you need to, in the lava, it'll burn it.
Please, not on the
Things for you.
you have things for me. Oh, they're black like yours.
Yeah, I'm not good at making things other colors.
Well, you know what? If people want to judge me and judge you for the color of our wings, we might as well make a statement.
Yep.
Here, the color of your wings does not matter. It just shows that you come from a royal bloodline. Well, obviously, you know Karma's lab.
Ooh.
If you go
warm.
down, there is
wanna touch
a museum.
Do not touch the lava.
Oh.
The water is so bad.
I was gonna. I wanted to too.
You can.
You can get away with it.
The pull of the void.
There is a
I touched it.
Atlas.
sir. There is a museum down there. Should you wish to have a place to, you know, sit, relax, there's like a little balcony, I guess, area.
Okay.
Yeah.
Infested with butterflies.
Oh.
Is it? Oh, it's right here. There is a, obviously these pathways for the majority all connect to each other, otherwise they just kind of lead off, so just be careful. This is the children's playground.
Cute. I didn't know that
Okay.
colors this bright, like, even existed, let alone down here.
I will say that the Nether is very beautiful.
I would agree.
You just have to have the right, I guess, perspective, or, you know, you just need to look hard enough.
Yeah.
There is a jungle biome that way. Kind of annoying. Not gonna lie. There's some mobs in there that are quite annoying to deal with. But
Well, not anymore. The blight has kind of wiped
they
their
might
species.
spawn. They might be around. That's just a pathway. Up near the top of the keep, there is one of our knights' homes. Straight ahead is like towards the jungle, but also an open area where like you could build your home. But this way is to the town. You can get a sneak peek of it here. I'm not sure if your eyes are fuzzy.
They are a little bit, but it's still very pretty.
They will adjust. I don't know why that scaffolding's there. Don't. Just ignore it.
I got stuck
Remnants of the construction.
Yeah. Up near the waystone, you probably saw a staircase that went down. That leads to our graveyard, but there is a platform for those with wings to be able to fly down to the town versus
Ah.
walking.
Okay.
This is, I believe, the empty house. Yes. There's this house that is empty. I think it was going to be turned into a tailor's shop, but Lillian does a lot of her tailoring out of her own home, so
That's fair.
there's that. And I believe that this mill house right here is also vacant. There is just some maintenance to keep up with the mill.
That's fair.
Down there is our spleef arena. We had some fun with it. Also, I don't know if you can see it in the distance. It's quite far off. We also have a strider stable. Should you wish to take another form of transport over here, there's a boat and a dock that receives it. This is the blacksmith's house or hut. I believe Sparrow has taken it over. They haven't said if we're not allowed in. I kind of go in there all the time because our old blacksmith Gabe had a large supply of items, so we would we would take from it with his permission, obviously. Over here is the bar. This was where Dan lived, and he would work out of it. this building here. And then this mansion is Lillian and Lucario's home.
Oh, it's beautiful. You can definitely see
Yeah,
Lillian's
check
eye.
Mm-hmm. I won't give you to the inside. I'll let them do that for you. But this way we have our pier. It was kind of crafted around this fallen dragon skeleton.
Oh,
Oh.
dragon's casual.
Oh.
There is some
Guess
lore
that's
regarding it. You can read it
proof
if you
that
want,
they're
but
real.
you don't have to right now.
That's so cool.
Thank you. And there's a bunch of shops that people have set up for different things. But ultimately, this is an area just to sit and kind of hang out and walk around. And we have our memorial area over here.
Oh.
We have one for Sylph, Lena, and Ash. If they are not in the graveyard, they are here.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, that's... I kind of flip-flop between the keep and my own home with Mel. That is far off, and we can go there someday. Maybe not now.
Right.
I probably need to speak with Mel about it.
That's understandable.
Yeah. So, but this is our town.
I
you can
am
make your
in
own
love with this mill. It is absolutely beautiful.
I believe Lillian and who helped with this one? I think Lucario actually helped with this one, but this is the maintenance bit that I'm talking about down here. This floor is kind of small, but there is 3 floors to this, I believe. It's small, but
No, well, okay. So I
4 floors.
lived in a 1-bedroom space in somebody else's castle. Like this is a mansion. This is beautiful.
There were, before we kind of upgraded and expanded, we had all of the knights within the keep. They had their own rooms, but they had the ability to build their own homes if they wanted to. It's just a matter of they had a space that they could call their own that was close by.
Mhm.
Since then, the knights have kind of done that. They've made their own home, and so Fang is the only one that really stays at near the keep anymore. Rules regarding those is just the towers that are on the circular part of the courtyard, you just can't go in.
Okay.
Those are protected rooms. And obviously mine and Mel's quarters in the keep, but everywhere else, with permission from the people, is free reign.
I mean, if this place is not spoken for, I would love to live here.
Of course, by all means. There are, like I said, supplies in the blacksmith. You can also grab your own supplies and blocks. We do have, actually no, the blacksmith would probably have the most materials, but I know Karma has an
You are
abundance
welcome.
of extra materials that she wants to pawn on people. So if you
Okay.
need them.
I do
I'm
not
sure
have
she'd
the
be happy.
space to store them all.
Yeah, I mean,
Digging out the mountain took a lot.
If you ever need deep slate, I have a couple chests full.
yeah, I think, I mean, deep slate floors would be really pretty. I don't know what else is here, but bring us
There
some
is
stuff if you
I'm
want.
sure.
We can show you the blacksmith. I
Yeah.
can give you, I guess, a sneak peek. That has a lot of... It's a lot of, like, variations or shade differences between, like, reds, blues, greens,
That's
things
fair.
like that.
Stratus was a lot of pinks and whites.
There we go. The chests are downstairs. So I believe it's It's this one with the sapling on it. You can look at that.
Ooh.
Yeah, you're more than welcome to go through my storage at my home
Okay.
and get resources out of it to decorate.
Which
Yeah,
was the room
I
right
tend to
beside the
just
lab.
collect.
Okay.
If it's rare resource, I prefer to be asked first, but normally I will say yes as I know that I'm out of it and can get more.
Okay. Oh, it's these.
And you have a turnium, but should you require any ruby tools or anything like that, we can get them provided for you as well.
Okay.
Okay. The bottom of the bar also is just a farm and like
Oh,
drink
jeez.
making
Okay.
area. So you don't have to go down there and see, but should you wish to make potions, that's where. What?
It's just a small.
Hmm?
It's just a small farm down there. Very small.
Yes,
Oh.
small. Small.
Very small, very humble.
Yep, very humble. Very humble farm.
Very,
Dan was a very
mindful.
humble guy. But that's typically where we make potions.
Okay.
Yeah. You need to see it coming out.
Okay, so
I got it.
this button is way less infuriating than the winter doors. There's something going on with that one winter door that just absolutely makes me
There's the door.
so mad.
No, completely understandable.
Oh, the
Wow.
noises here.
Yeah. They could be spoopy.
It's okay.
That way, Soul Sand Valleys are probably the spookiest in my opinion. But yes. There's a waystone down here, right? In town? Hold on.
No, it's a warp plate that leads up to Sparrow's home.
Right. It goes to Sparrow's house. This one, right?
Yes.
I mean,
So there is also like a temporary quarter up there. Atlas, I just ask that you be careful.
Here comes
about
another rule just for
breathing.
me. Lovely.
They
That's
can
fair.
be a bit explosive.
I-
But Netherians don't require sleep, just rest.
Oh, I only sleep like every 3 to 4 months. So
with as much sleep as I've had lately, I'm not sure that I'm
you don't
ever.
ever need to sleep again.
Yeah.
You're fine.
Yeah.
Understandable.
Gonna live my whole
Well.
life.
Never sleeping again.
No.
Just think of all the extra time you just gained.
I know. It's so much time for activities.
Well, as a extend of faith, and I thank you for your loyalty, expected loyalty, I grant you permission to grab the waystone.
I get to touch it.
They likely need the one at the portal too, since they can't access this one from the overworld.
I will go there. You may grab this one, and then if... I don't know if there's any stuff that you want to grab, but we can go through the portal, and you grab the elven one as well. You'll need it to get back.
Okay.
Well, I am happy to have you both.
I don't.
We can go back through. you want.
Okay, I was
It's
like,
cold,
I don't.
It's cold here. It's
Yeah.
cold here.
It's very cold.
I do want to. I want to keep you warm.
Mm-hmm.
It might take me some time to figure out my way around, but it's stunning and massive.
Oh.
Wow.
She's gonna take a second. Well, thank you.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
I am glad to have extended allies.
Of course.
I'm very happy that it worked in helping you.
Oh my god,
Honestly,
same.
me too. I think now it's just a matter of keeping an eye on things. Make sure
Yeah.
that it doesn't start rejecting, I think, like we mentioned.
Yeah, I would stay in the nether as much as because of the temperature difference. And if you must go to the overworld, keep it brief. Just so
I'll
your
bundle
body
up.
doesn't try to go back down.
Yeah.
Have a
No.
dress that has a casing that lets me flow lava into it. So if anything, I can lend you this, gown
Okay.
if you do need to do an extended stay in the overworld.
Yeah, the Winter Kingdom can be a bit of a bite.
I
know
could see
Karma
that.
Has clothes specifically for that. I kind of just wing it, deal with it.
I just personally can't maintain my body temperature, so the Winter Kingdom saps me very quickly.
That's understandable. I mean, before I had temperature fluctuation related problems, it's still very cold there. So I can't imagine what it's like now.
I guess I'll have to run some overworld expeditions for us.
Well, with that, unless you have any other questions, I'm probably gonna go home and figure out how to approach Estelle and figure out some other things that require my attention.
Understandable.
Yes.
Would it be okay with you, Karma, if I stay within the nether and maybe work on the mill? Or would you like me to stay in your lab?
That is, as long as you're in the nether, it's fine, because you should stay in here, and then if you're in town, it should be fairly easy for you to come to me to you if something does occur.
Okay. If it's not too much to ask, would you guys be willing to escort me back over there so that I don't get lost?
Oh, yeah. If you want to grab
Directionally challenged little
go
bean.
to the keep, you can go. How confident are you in flying right now?
Not confident.
We will walk.
Okay.
I was gonna take the flight way.
Eventually I would like to test those muscles.
We can. Let's take Sparrow's warp.
Oh
leap.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, eventually I would love to test those muscles, but with me having not been able to use them in such a long period of time, I would not like to risk anything yet.
I would be very mindful,
Yes.
because it's likely that your use of your is going to feel different than what it did when you were Seraph.
Yes.
And
Yeah,
you
she's
don't have
not
the grace
flying without a
of-
totem in her hand.
the resistance of like slowly falling through the air, you will plummet.
Splat.
To put
If you're not
bluntly,
careful with your wing.
You
We
will
trained
splat.
with our wings from a young age. If you're not careful, hitting the ground is not as soft
That's so fair.
as maybe you're used
so
to.
nourishment food is very valuable because as long as you're nourished,
Oh.
your wings are not likely to give out on you.
The food situation in the keep. If you go into the main ballroom, your first left, there's a kitchen, and it is stocked full, and you are free to take from that whenever you want. It is free range.
Okay. Atlas.
Oh.
Would you
Yeah.
like to stay with me?
Oh wow. Sure. That'd be cool.
Okay. Well,
Well, I have some business to attend to. You get comfortable. If you require anything, either of you, do not be afraid to ask either of us.
thank you again.
Of course. We'll see you around.
Yeah.
You have the home.
We have a home.
Yeah. I need you to make something real quick if I can find out where I put everything. Okay. I need you to take those. And that. And I need you to make a telepath.
Oops.
Now when I get lost I can find my way back here.
Yeah. I guess now we just work on making this place feel more like ours.
Yeah.